Thank you for coming here and gathering at this beautiful event. We have a lot of distinguished guests here today. We have elders, veterans, people that have traveled some miles to be here. And we are going to start off. Phil, my cousin, we have War Party Drum here today. And my cousin, Phil, we're going to start off with a drum song right now. Is that all right? And usually when we have a drum song to open up a ceremony of a gathering, we will stand in honor of the drum. After they do the honor song, we're going to have another guest speaker do a drum hand song and say a few words, and then I will be speaking. And then we have a surprise. Okay, so everyone, are you ready, War Party?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, please stand.
Is it not what this one just because is your door? We're doing the snabe. Ik wil een zomer door. Wat maak ik wat snap wat smoke wat gezien. Ik ga contact mak ik weer de bidagoske osema dat je manado. Beyond Joda de bide manado. Wat dan moet je nog een beyond dan koidna. In language that was given to all of us long time ago by the Creator. My greetings go out to everybody who's here. And I explained who I am, that name that was given to me by the Creator on my conception, my birth, when my mother first started carrying me around inside of her. I also want to say that I extended out my greetings to those four directions. Those four directions and the names that they're known as. And I also invited them to be here with us, to come and stand with us, be witness tonight, to carry our thoughts and our attentions and our very, very deepest of feelings directly into that universe to take care of everybody. And I'm not talking just about our own Indian people, all two-leggeds. Because you see that prophecy of so many prophecies that are out there. It's coming true. It's beginning. Part of that prophecy said that there'll be a time when we get into that seventh fire. you're going to start seeing those 4 sacred colors. Those colors that we all recognize of two-leggeds. They're going to come together. They're going to come together for a common good and a common purpose. And that's our Mother Earth. And that's what we're seeing today. It's not only going on in North Dakota, it's going on all over this Mother Earth. We stand together in that good way and look past those colors that we have on the outside. Where we come from, where our beliefs have come from. Whether we're Catholic, whether we're traditional, Methodist, Buddhist, we all believe in that same Creator, and that's what's important. You know, a long time ago when my uncle was teaching me so many things, he told me, he said, don't get hung up and all stuck on how to do this and how to do that, and what way and whose way. Do it in a good way, because that's always the best way. So I pass that on to every one of you tonight. And I don't want to be lengthy here, but I just want to say welcome. Everybody, please be comfortable. And enjoy yourselves in a good way. And I want to share this song with you. Now,
speaking to people, and I understand sometimes we need that in order to hear when there's a lot of people. But you know what? Tonight, let's all be of the simple kind. That we don't have to have those electronics for this party. That we listen, not only with our ears, with our hearts. Let them bring us all together. And this medicine, Muskegon, that we put together here tonight, take it home with you. Take it to your communities. Nurture it and build it up and keep it going. Well, be good.
Oh. That was beautiful. One of our ways that we do is when we ask someone to do something, we offer them same tobacco in exchange for the request of the favor that we're asking. And that was all done with my granddaughter. She went around and appropriately handed the people that are helping tobacco today. Okay, we have a surprise. Not many people know what's going to happen. I think maybe 2 other people know about this. And it's very special because she's never done this before in a group of people. But it's a special time, and she's bringing a warrior like her grandmother, my daughter. And she wanted to do this and bring awareness to maybe the president if he sees it, if it happens to land on YouTube, or to others to bring their awareness to Standing Rock situation. But I'm sure she's going to touch her heart when she touched mine when I heard her last night. Breaks me up to even think about it. Her name is Danielle Crawford, and she's 10 years old. She's going to do the national anthem, so may I ask you to stand up again, please?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Miigwech, Danielle. That was her first big performance here. Very proud of her. That's beautiful, Danielle. Like Mr. Moody said, this is a family atmosphere here, and everyone has been so kind, and we'd like to thank those who are responsible for holding this benefit at the Muskegon Rec Club, and Norma, who came forth and told my daughter Erica that she was going to do this. And we are doing this for a very, very good cause. And if you already know that, or you wouldn't be here, I'm going to tell you again, my name is Sunrise Fadako. A lot of you know me as Pamela, but through the years, we often get our names changed for who we are. And recently, my name legally became Sunrise Morning Rain Fadako. My grandmother, my mother's side, gave me that name a long time ago. And when I hear that name, the sunrise, it makes me feel special. It makes me feel that there's always hope, because every day the sun rises and it gives us hope of a new beginning, a new day. So no matter what happens in our lives, we can always count on that sunrise. It always shows up no matter what. So I'd like to be that person that maybe allows people to have hope. And I'd like to be able to always give encouragement to those that need it. And I want to give that same hope to Standing Rock today. You are all my relatives, which I would say Dunwin Duganut, Indishnagas, Watahaban, Kwatodam, Gajing, Zibidawa, Anishinabek. And I just told you I was from the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians. I am from the Bear Clan. And there are elders and veterans. With the veterans that are here, raise your hands. I want everybody to see the veterans here. We honor those veterans. Because it's the veterans that are going out to Standing Rock. By the time that my daughter Susan gets there, the veterans will be there to help with the situation that's going on right now. But thank you very much for coming tonight. Hope you're going to have a lot of fun and eat a lot of good food and meet some people that you haven't met and kind of get to know the people that you haven't seen in a long time. There's some people here that I haven't seen in a long time. It's great to see you all again. We are here, all of us, because we all have one thing in common. It doesn't matter what our heritage is, or culture, or our political stance. It depends on who we are as a people. And we are people that care about Mother Earth. Mother Earth is in a very dire straits right now. And the people that are fighting for her at Standing Rock are in dire straits right now. They are in the front lines. Every day someone is injured. And they're not only having to deal with the attacks that they're getting every day, and some are very brutal, but they're also dealing with the very cold temperatures out there. Some people are living in yurts or the teepees they can put fires in, but the people in the tents are getting very, very cold, and some are waking up with frostbite faces. But they're still there, and they're not going to leave. They're going to stand strong, because they say they're at Standing Rock, stand strong. And we all have to support them. Those of us that are awakened and realize the condition of our world, we are in a very critical juncture in our lives right now with the planet. Some people are in denial. Some people refuse to admit that we're facing these challenges, not only politically, but facing world threats of climate control. And right now, we have a water crisis going on. We also have a crisis with indigenous sovereignty. And our sovereignty has been threatened ever since the boats hit the land over here on Turtle Island. Now, some people were able to, some tribes were able to get along, and some tribes suffered severely with boarding schools, changing their life abruptly. Their way of life abruptly ended when they had to adapt to a new culture, a new way of living and being colonized. And those people are my people. And it's, even though we didn't live back then, we hold all those things in our heart. It's oral tradition. We never let go of it. We tell these stories in the lodges and to our families. And we feel that hurt. You know, we are indigenous people. We are brought up to appreciate everything that Mother Earth has to offer. And we do not take more than we need, and we always say our prayers, and we keep a balance. That's why the tobacco was given, because it's the only plant on Mother Earth that possesses two properties that are male and female. So it's a balance. And we offer that with our left hand because it's closest to our heart. And everything that has to do with the heart is so important at this time, because it's the heart that's going to draw us to feel the good energies. It's the heart that's going to help us to help others in this time. There's so many people that are homeless, so many people that are doing, having a bad time because of the economic collapse that we're almost near. And the people at Standing Rock have heard the call. They've heard this call to go and protect our mother. And the people that are there have heard it too. And it's just not the nations that here in the Turtle Island of North America. It's indigenous people that are from New Zealand, Australia, people from Norway, China, Japan. These people are all hearing the call, and if they can't be there, a lot of tribes are sending contingencies over. If they can't be there, they'll do a YouTube video and they'll post it so everyone else can see it in support of Standing Rock. Some people are taking their messages to Parliament in the hopes that their embassies and their emissaries will hear and bring that information back to our president, who seems to be ignoring the whole situation. But the treaty is broken. They are not just there protesting, they're calling themselves water protectors, and they are protecting the earth, because one day we're not going to have that water to drink, and then they're going to realize that it's the 11th hour, it's over. And how can we exist without water? How can we exist without water? How precious is water? You know, I remember my dad, when we were young, we'd be traveling all over Michigan. He took us everywhere. And he took us to those springs. He knew where every single spring in Michigan was. Wherever we traveled, we went and got that water. And we never thought about buying water. It was unthinkable. But that's how we got the big milk jugs that we rinse out, and we get this water and take it back to the camp. And we didn't buy pop, we didn't have Kool-Aid, we drank that spring water. And now I realize how lucky we were, how lucky to drink that beautiful spring sacred water. And it's really sad, this pipeline, because it was really going to go into Bismarck, North Dakota. But the people that are mostly non-native put up a fuss, and their corporate buddies decided that they didn't want the pipeline there, which is about 40 miles on the other side of Standing Rock. So the pipeline came through to where the native reservation was. And they did not get any information from the natives. They're supposed to do an impact study, environmental study, with the natives present, and they were never present to that meeting. They just went ahead and did it, and they violated their treaty, of the Fort Laramie Treaty. And it's sad, because in the 21st century, where we have high tech and all these beautiful conveniences at our fingertips, the government is still violating their Native American treaties. And it's heartbreaking. My grandchildren are witnessing this now, and this reminds me of Wounded Knee. I know some of the Gibsons are here, and I remember working with Jim as delegates on the Wounded Knee when we were getting things together, supplies to have delivered out to Wounded Knee. The difference here is that there are thousands and thousands of people that are now at Standing Rock. It's not only just the Native nations that have come together for the first time in 100 years, but it's other people, like I said, from overseas, it's other nations and people that are not even native that are coming there with a pure heart, because they are awakened to the destruction that's going on with planet, with Mother Earth. And they understand that this pipeline is not just affecting the North Dakota people, it's affecting 4 other states. It's and the whole planet is 7 billion people. Eventually those pipelines, and if you want to look up on Google, take a look at the map and see how many pipelines are in just our country alone. Then when you think about worldwide, you can see these carvings all over the world, little red carvings, and it looks like cuts in Mother Earth. And that's really what it is, because the rivers are the blood of Mother Earth. That's her blood. And all these little cuts are all over, and you look at it and it hurts your heart, because they're ripping at our mother. And eventually the people that are ignoring this, it's going to come into their area, and then they're going to realize when those pipes, and it's not a matter of if they break, it's a matter of when they break, because all pipelines break. And that water goes in and it destroys not only the wildlife, but it affects your drinking water. People get hurt and people die. So we have to stick together. We have to keep the good energies, like Mr. Moody was saying. We have to keep a pure heart and keep those energies going up into the universe, so that we can protect our people out there, and we can bring the goodness to Mother Earth with good thought, good intention. And most of all, do not give up hope. We gotta keep strong for those people out there. All those calls that we do to the governor, to the Department of Justice, to the president, to the energy partner, partners, the guy back in oil who's putting the pipeline in, keep calling those people, writing letters, write your legislator. Keep calling, keep doing. Because the solidarity is imperative. It's very imperative. We have to stick together. And like I said, it's not just about cultures now. It's about the whole planet. We are in jeopardy, and we have to do what's right, and make it right for our generation, for our children, our grandchildren. We cannot leave the world to them like it is now, because it won't be there for them. And we want to make it beautiful like it was for them. The interesting thing about this pipeline, the oil that's going to go through that pipeline, it's not for Americans. It's not for us to heat our homes, this fossil fuel. This crude oil is going through those pipelines because it's going to be sold to China. So while the billionaires who've got investments in this pipeline are prospering, humanity, it's a devastation for the rest of humanity, but they don't care because it's all about profit. But we can show them that we're not about profit, we're about humanity, we're about mankind, we're about taking care of each other, making the energies good on this planet once again. And please pray for those that are out in Standing Rock, and please pray for my daughter Susan, who is going out there with supplies and money to give to these people that are they're running low on food because they're feeding so many hundreds of people out there. And some people, one girl don't even have a pair of boots. She's been maced 5 times, and she doesn't even have a pair of boots. And these people don't have blankets, coats. She's taken a lot of things. Little River donated some blankets at the casino and some coats she's taken out there. And what we're getting here today, and she's making that journey out there. But it's very dangerous. They've got roadblocks on the streets. They're doing point checks. They have chemical weapons that they're using. They have a militarized police force, and they are not holding back on hitting the people. There are so many injuries that makes you sick. It's unbridled anger and unbridled energy that continues to hurt women and children, just like long ago in our villages, except this is the 21st century. It's absolutely unbelievable that it's still continuing on. So do what you can to be a warrior and help our planet, help the people, and help yourself, because eventually those pipelines are going to come here. It did come in Michigan already, and it burst in Flint. Those people are without water, and we don't get a lot of sympathy or empathy from the government on that. And you won't get any from them, because if we did, they wouldn't have to be out there in the cold every day in sub-zero temperatures. So I thank everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed good conversation, good food, good music. I guess there's some drinks later on. And take care. Thank you for listening to me. I got a little windy, but I'm very passionate about this. And my daughter, I'm so proud of her for being, she is the Ogichide Akikwe. She's a strong earth woman, warrior. Mr. Moody has something to say here. Miigwech for listening so patiently.
Okay, I'm going to succumb to the electronics now. First of all, I'd like to call my wife out here. Beth, would you come out here, please? And she makes her way out here because she doesn't even know what I'm doing, so if she acts a little confused, it's okay. When we do things in our culture, and especially our Three Fires people, and so Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi, we always try to do things in, like I said before, in a good way, but we try to keep that balance. And that balance is male and female. When we do things, it's not just that one side or the other, because in my teachings, we're all made up of that male and female within inside of us. We carry that balance inside of ourselves, but when we go outside and do things, we try to maintain that balance, and that goes from ceremonies to a whole array of things. You go to a powwow, and you look at the head dancers that are out there. There's a male and a female. and brings that balance to that circle. So I brought my wife up here, first of all, to introduce her. This is Bethany. She's she's been around on this Mother Earth for a long time. Her now, just wait a minute. Let me finish here. She's been around on this Mother Earth for a long time, and that's not so much in counting of years, but more so in what she's learned. Her grandfather taught her so many things, and she could go out into the woods and out into the fields out here, and she could show you where those medicines are. She could pick those medicines for you, and she could also tell you how to use them and how to administer them. So with that, where I'm leading up to all of this is I want to give you a song that's just a little unconventional. Some of you may have heard this a long time ago, but I'd like to put a little bit different spin on it, because for what we're doing here today and what this is all about, this really hits the heart.
Respect your always and respect one another. Love you. Mama P.